welcome back to the Prepared Mind channel. Do you see it now? Do you see the need to be prepared, folks? Now, shit has hit the fan. I say, what say you? We're having supply chain issues now, big time. We're starting to see issues with fuel around the world, food around the world, medicine around the world, plastics, parts, car stuff. Everything is kind of grinding to a fucking halt. Do you see the need to be prepared? We've had a lot of new people, folks. Our channel has grown. Our network has grown by about 15 to 20% just in the last month. What does that mean? It means people are waking up. They see the need. Now, I don't spend a lot of time talking about gadgets and goodies, right? We do have the preparedmind.club, and we talk about that enough. And we've got some new promotional commercials coming up because Mr. T is all about creating awesome promotional material, intros, outros, and everything else, as well as some parodies. We're looking at expanding and trying to make this a more well-rounded source, more entertaining, more informative, everything, because it's getting worse out there. It's getting worse, and people need to have a good source for information, a good source for products, a good source for community, right? Really, literally a community. And the preparedmind.club is where we sell these items, right? And we've had for some time now a terrific affiliate marketing agreement with Olight. They contacted us a long time ago, and we've been carrying their products. And I do not recommend anything that I haven't tried, that I don't think is good or good enough. But I'm going to talk about them here today briefly. I'm going to give you a product review because you need to see what the fuck is going on, right? And I've done optics before in the past. I've done scopes. I've done night vision, right? And I've had some assholes try and criticize me. And I'll give it back to you right now. Fuck you again. Because I showed an NC star scope, and some ex-military fucking expert wanted to tell me, well, that's trash. Well, fuck you, pal. I've had it for over 5 years. It's a great little scope. The point being is it's not $1,000 or a $2,000 fucking military grade piece of hardware, ACOG super thing. I've got people, and you've heard them say, I just started. I don't have money. Money's tight. Things are rough. So we have to buy what's needed, because we see the need out there to get prepared. Food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine, and self-defense. So you have to have some self-defense. And that includes not just a weapon, but ammunition, gear that goes with it, right? You don't have to look like a tactical commando, but you've got to have the basics. And one of the basics is lights. Now, if you can afford a $1,000 optical system, if you can afford, lights, flashlights, tactical lights that cost $700, $800, $900, fine, good for you. A lot of us don't. So I look at everything, and I've found a lot of junk out there. I mean, absolute junk, shit that's a plastic, casing. And I'm kind of old school, folks. I'm like, you got a working flashlight? I used to have fucking mag lights. I had a big ass mag light, and I still do, and fucking mini mag lights that take big old clunky heavy ass fucking batteries. Now lights are much more lightweight. They're fucking milled out of titanium, right? And they have lithium ion batteries that are fucking lightweight. Everything is super cool now, but I'm kind of old school. I like to hear a click when a fucking light comes on, right? Well, that makes noise, John. Yeah, well, so fucking light gets people's attention too, does it not? Anyways, so anyone who wants to criticize, there's the door. We don't fucking need you. We're just going to have a little talk about the needs we have and how we can fit those needs or fill those needs depending on whatever your budget is. So Olight contacted us long ago, and we said, hey, we aren't carrying any lighting products. Let's carry it at the club, right? The preparedmind.club, your store. And so we've been carrying them, and I've had some for quite some time, and I've played with them. I put them through their paces. Well, I haven't been in a war with them, right? I haven't been in a fucking shootout with somebody else, diving in the mud and the dirt with them. So I can't attest to their durability that way. But I can tell you, when I push the button, the fucking light comes on. When I push the button, the laser comes on, right? Same with my night vision scope. Same with my other optics. My weapons, when I pull the trigger, they go boom. right? All the things that are necessary. And I've had a little bit of fucking practice, right? So again, any of you military experts, keep that in mind. Any of you armchair fucking commandos can suck it. For people who just want some information and a look at something, let's talk. Now, 12 hours out of the day, on average, it's dark. More so up north than down here in the south. It's dark. Now, me personally, I'm not a big fan of lighting, needing to light things up. I'm pretty good reflex shooter and point and shoot. I hear a noise, right? If it's that kind of a world, right? That kind of a world, it's a big deal. Right now, when you turn on a light, people see you. That's a problem. So that's why I like staying stealth as long as I can, at least the idea, the training. Again, point and shoot, not using sights, just reflex, noise, that direction shoot. It's all practice, folks. But if you need a light, one, to help you see where you're going, it's okay. That's your level. We've got to find our level. So having lighting is good, right? Having uncomplicated lighting is even more important. It's dark out. You can't see where you're going very well, right? If you feel unsafe, that means there's a threat, there's a risk, right? You're in danger, and you don't need complication. You need simplicity. Simplicity, folks. Keep it simple, stupid. The old KISS theory in practice. And trust me, when your mind is racing a million fucking miles an hour, wondering what's out there, keeping it simple is really good. So what I want to do is I want to talk about a couple of products that I have of Olight that I've had for a bit. I've tested, I've looked at, I've felt, etc., and used. Let's get to it. I want to start with the more sexy of the two I have. It is called the Balder light. Okay, this is the box it comes in. Balder. Now, Balder is the Olight uses names that are Viking, right? Balder, Valkyrie, Thor. You know, all of these great Viking names from Viking mythology. I thought that was really cool, being a descendant of Vikings. But the Balder light was really interesting because it has options. It's compact, it's very simple, and it's pretty much affordable. It takes replaceable batteries. That is to say, it doesn't have a permanent battery or rechargeable battery in it. But, you know, this is it. This is my airsoft toy right here. And this is the Balder light, as you can see. Okay, very simple. One push of the button, the light comes on. I don't know if you can see it. That would be the laser. How hard is this to use? Well, one flip of the switch goes from laser to laser and light. One more flip goes to light only. So you have options. You have laser, you have light, or you have laser and light. Once again, I'm not a huge fan of turning a light on because I may be blinding someone or illuminating a target, or I might be trying to use the light to see my way around a room. Once again, it puts you in a compromised position. So I don't prefer the light, even though it may be necessary, especially if you're in an unfamiliar environment. If you're outside and you don't know your area, once again, know your environment, know your area as best you can. In a dangerous situation, you need to be aware and not focusing on the ground, right? Not having to focus other places, but rather keeping as much of your thinking on the risk, the threat that you're trying to avoid. It's just the way shit works. Your mind is going to be going a million miles an hour. Your heart is going to be racing. You're going to be scared shitless. So again, this light, very simple to use. One button push here or here, and it mounts on a Picatinny. It mounts very quickly. It unmounts very quickly, or dismounts, or you can remove it. It's very light. It's very compact. It is built relatively well. That's it. One flip of the switch and it comes off. Right now, that's it right there. That's the Boulder light. You can mount it on a standard Picatinny rail, so rifle, etc. Now I put this on my airsoft toy, and when I flipped on my heads up, which is actually a pretty good sighting system, hologram sighting system that I have. When I did that, the green laser was right on with the red dot. And so I know it's relatively accurate, you know. So the laser, yeah, if you put it on your target and you squeeze, you're probably going to, you know, make someone's day. Now, the next light I want to talk about is, up here it is, very small. This one is for sidearms, for pistols. So because they're typically held in a holster, shoulder holster, hip holster, thigh holster, in the small of the back, they need to be much more compact, much smaller. So they're, the Olight version for this is the mini Valkyrie. That's the one I have, right? Again, comes in a funny little box. Now this one has a rechargeable battery built inside of it. And so this little circle on the top, you just put the little magnetic thing there and it charges it. It plugs into a USB port. Quite simple, right? And if it's lights out, times are tough and scary, and you've got a solar panel, a battery, charging this little light, right, is something that you can do to make sure it stays full, right? Now, again, just like anything else, right, it's a very bright light. For as small as it is, it's very bright, very powerful, and it has the same thing, a switch, and it mounts under on a sidearm. It mounts under. Now, as you guys know, I'm rather old school, and I like being old school. I'm not a big clock fan. I like my big schlunky 1911s. Once again, if you don't agree, I don't give a fuck. What I care about is showing you guys a product that could be useful to you. Now, this mini Valkyrie, right, does not have a laser on it, but it is for lighting the area. So if it's mounted underneath your gun that has, and many new ones have the little mini or sidearm pistol size Picatinny rail, it mounts very quickly. Once again, flip of a switch open, switch closed, it's locked in place. Again, it feels pretty heavy duty. It survived the trauma that I've given it, right? So is it worth the money? Let me ask you these questions for anything, right? Is a $25 light worth the money? Well, if it works and it served its purpose, yes. Is a $1,000 light optic system, laser, is it worth the money? Well, if it saves your life and you're comfortable with it and you can afford it, yes, it is. This is in between, right? It is in between. Now, here's what I'm used to, right? This is my lighting system that I was trained with, right? It's dark. Do I need light? There you go, right? That's what I was trained to do. That's the light that we had. Old school. Right now they have the light attached. You can hit a button, it comes on. There's lasers and shit. It is miles better than what it was 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. It doesn't matter. If you have the proper tools, no matter how expensive they are, you're in good shape. If you know how to use them, you're in good shape. If you're familiar with the area and you have an awareness of the situation, the general situation, you are in good shape, right? If there's nothing going on, no one's shooting, no one's screaming, you can sleep better at night. If you're hearing gunshots, if people are screaming and yelling, right? If you hear sirens, you need to be more ready. You need to have your level of awareness and your ability to react properly tuned. And because half the day is dark, you may need light. You may not, but you may need it. So having it available is really important. Do you want to spend $20, or do you want to spend 150 to 250 bucks, or do you want to spend 750 bucks? It's up to you. All I'm doing is showing you some products that I think fill a niche. Fill a niche. Some people, you know, they're like, you want me to buy a $2,000 fucking ACOG system for my AR that only costs 550 bucks. And you'll have someone make the case and go, well, I served and I'm a combat this and I'm a combat that and whatever, you know, and you have to have that. Well, you're telling someone, you're condemning him and saying you can't be without this and you're going to die. I'm not that guy. Right? I'm saying you do what you can. Not everyone can afford an AR, but maybe they can afford a shotgun. Not the Joe Biden shotgun, fucking riot shotgun. Maybe you can't afford the super duper newest, right? Sig Sauer or Timber or something. Nope, but I bet you can afford something. You've got to have something. You've got to start somewhere, because now, folks, it is getting nasty. Shit has hit the fan. We're having supply issues. People are getting stupid. The government won't back the fuck up. China is threatening us. We have assholes invading the country across the southern border. We have the government flying in Afghanis from other parts of the world that are most likely chock full of Taliban thinking people. And we've already seen what? Cases of assault and other crimes from these people. You think it's going to get better? I don't. So once again, you know, half the day is not well lit. Do you need to see what's going on out there? The answer, in my opinion, is yeah, you do. Half the day is dark. Do you need to light it up? I recommend getting some good products. Do you need to be stealth? Yeah, you need to be stealth. You need to be careful. You need to be cautious. But if you need that light, it better be handy and available, right? And it better work too, right? Again, these Olight products seem to be pretty darn good. For the price, they're pretty good. You know, what else is there to say? I don't think much, but I know that chance favors the prepared mind. I know you guys have been with me since, some of you, from the very beginning, like Red there, since 2013. I've been talking about the need to be prepared. And that includes seeing what the fuck is going on. That is, now I would love to say, you need to go get a $2,000 night vision scope, right? They still sell them a lot cheaper than that. The model or version I have is much less expensive. I'd love to tell you guys to buy all the coolest shit, the most expensive stuff on the planet. But if you aren't thinking, all of that is for naught. If you haven't planned, it's not going to avail you a whole lot. Right? If you haven't practiced, that is, taken it out and used it, turn off all the lights in your house. See if you can walk around. Have your significant other make noise in the dark and see if you can pinpoint where they're at, right? Carefully, safely exercising all manner of safety, right? Use the light on your sidearm or on your self-defense tool. See how effective it is. Is it enough light, right? Does it flood the area? How quick is your reaction time? Now, a way to test this, once again, a little fun scenario. Put up a poster of a bad guy on a wall somewhere in your house. Turn off all the lights. Spin yourself in circles until you don't know where the fuck you're at. Stop with the lights off. Give yourself a chance to not be dizzy anymore. Okay, not be dizzy anymore. And then know, okay, that guy's in this room. You've heard the noise, right? This is a test, folks. This is a scenario. This is training to use your light, whether it's on a pistol or a rifle or a shotgun. What you're going to do is flip the light on and see how fast you can acquire that target. You don't know what direction you're facing. You just know that there is one or more bad guys in your house. So if you have to turn that light on, they're going to see where you're at. How quickly can you get sights on target? Flip the light on and turn until you see it. And then you know, folks, then you know. Where are you? Your orientation to your environment. It's not just about the products. It's about training. It's about being prepared. You know, I could sit here and I could pimp out products left and right all day long and be that guy on the internet, but I'm not. There's lots of people who are that guy, and that's cool. That's what they have chosen to do, right? I will make products available through the preparedmind.club, but I'm not going to sit here and pimp them out, right? But I will talk about their use, their function. And this is what I do with myself. Do I know my environment? Yeah. Do I know my weapons? Fuck yeah. Right? Do I know how to deploy them in a situation safely to keep myself from being becoming the victim of the scenario? To the best of my ability, yes. You should too. Once again, put yourself in a position where you benefit from the steps you've taken to get prepared. Right? Someone else, they may have a weapon, they may not. They may have a baseball bat. Right? Do they know your house? No, they don't. You do. That's your advantage. Your weapon is your advantage. Your lighting, your sights is your advantage. Your mental acuity is your advantage. Right? If they're in your house and they're trying to do bad things to you, like murder you, they know that there's a high degree that they're going to get shot. They're scared to death and they don't know where they're at. And if they turned a flashlight on, you would see them. So odds are they don't have lighting products. Do your very best to plan, to think, and get yourself prepared. This is not the typical, right, product pimping. I talk about everything because chance favors the prepared mind. And I'll ask you, is yours? Thank you for shopping at the preparedmind.club, folks. We've had that up for years and years and years. If you don't buy it from me, buy it from someone. Buy what you need to get prepared. Right? We provided it as your store, and the products are on sale. And while products are on sale, you get them cheaper. And when they're not on sale, like the Olight products, we have discount codes. We do our very best, and that's all we're trying to do. The same with the regular program. We do our best to understand the world. And I spent 34 fucking minutes the other day talking about the need to understand current events and have a perspective on history and understanding the opponent and their tactics and who wins and who loses and what they say and why. There's so much to this, folks. You can be shallow or you can go deep and get a really good understanding. All of it, all of the time and energy you put into yourself, your head, preparing, the more it will pay off as we get deeper and deeper into SHTF, folks. Can you see the need for all of this? Can you see the need? Yeah, right? We've all been illuminated, right? We've all been lit up by this situation. So make sure that you're also equally prepared. Semper Fi, everyone. Godspeed to you, and I'll be back with more.